Hello everybody. So it is currently the 21st of January 2026 and today we're going to be going over how hard the business is at the minute. Not only the car trade but a lot of businesses. We're seeing a lot of things on social media at the minute, especially pubs as well, struggling. The key facts for me really, and I spoke to a gentleman down the road from us yesterday about this, is you always need to help small businesses. And you do, to be quite honest with you. If you can put money in someone's pocket and you get on with it quite well and got a really good relationship with, why would you want to spend it in a big company that's making millions of pounds a year? Supermarkets, let's say, where they're getting rid of staff, they're still making that massive profit margin. They've got self-checkouts and stuff like that, and their profits are going higher and higher. I mean, you'd rather, I know I personally would, I'd rather spend it with a company I know, no matter what. So I think this year, in 2026, is going to be a very, very hard year for anyone in business, no matter what business you're in. But we need to carry on, and that's the main thing for us. I mean, we've seen increases in electric, I would say gas. We haven't got gas on site, so we've seen a massive increase in electricity. Obviously the minimum wage is gone up, or will be going up, let's say. So that's another cost to a business as well. And I mean, obviously the minimum wage is high, but it's not high, if that makes sense. So I'll break that down very quickly. So minimum wage for an employer seems quite high because the cost of living's high. So for us to pay an employee, let's say, it costs us a lot more than what you think. You got PAYE tax and all sorts on there. So the wage, what people are receiving, isn't enough to live off, but at the same time, as an employer, it's hard to find that profit to pay your employee, basically. So there's a lot of things going on, and I mean, you see it on the news all the time at the minute and stuff like that about businesses going under, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. If someone's put the time and the effort and everything they've put into that business and it's gone upside down, I do really feel for you, because it shouldn't happen to anyone really. And I mean, there's only one person to blame for that, and it's the government. They're absolutely crucifying everybody at the minute, and I feel personally like they want rid of small businesses. That's my honest opinion about it. I feel like small businesses, to them, no matter what you're turning over, they don't care about you. They'd rather have a big company that's paying a lot more in tax, if they do pay in tax, that is, because 9 times out of 10 they've got an offshore bank account somewhere. So as a small business, we all need to coop together and help each other personally. Whether you're in the same trade as somebody else, what does it matter? Let's help each other. So like for me, for instance, let's say I might have a car that's been sat on the pitch for 6 months. I might ring somebody up and say, you're interested in it? There's still enough money for you to make a profit out of it. Do you want it? And it's the same as other companies as well. So the biggest thing, I've spoke about this before many a times, but for us in the car trade at the minute, the biggest problem we've got is car parts. They're absolutely astronomical in price. The quality is nowhere near what it used to be. Some things, such as sensors, don't work. You got to fit a genuine sensor. We looked at something the other day, and I mean, it was a small part on a car. It was £440 plus the VAT. Then you've got to pay someone to fit it. So people think, oh, he's making an absolute killing out of that car. We're not. And I can guarantee you, we are not making a killing out of any car at the minute. We're making a little bit of profit on some cars, not all. But that's how our business works, believe it or not. We're here to earn money. And I mean, wind it back 20 years, people was earning a lot more now what we was doing, than what we're doing, so sorry to say. But it's hard. I mean, I went on a website the other day in regards to the amount of dealerships we've got in the UK at the minute, whether they've been trading for 20, 30 years, or they've just set up. There's a hell of a lot. So you've got a lot of competition out there for us. But I'm one of these people. People operate differently to me. The way I operate is, if I've not got a car in stock, I'll try and find you that car locally, and I'll send you down to the company. Because if you can keep the business in a circle, or the money in a circle, let's say, and then they do the same to you, you've got a good little thing going there, to be quite honest with you. And I mean, I've got a lot of people in the motor trade what I know, and I'll try help them out where I can, and a lot of them will do the same for me. So we ain't got the car, and just go down there and pop and see Johnny or whatever. So that's to me, that's how a business works. And I mean, reputation wise, word of mouth is still the best form of advertising, 1,000,000%. We always say to our customers, we want to sell you a car, obviously, so that's what we do. And in 3 to 5 years' time, we want to see you again when you're trading it in. The advantage for us now as well is we do services. We can get your car MOT'd as well. We don't do MOTs inside, but we can get your car MOT for you, and stuff like that. So we want to help you out as much as you can. So buying the car as less stressful as possible, getting the car MOT'd exactly the same, and getting the car serviced exactly the same. We cannot recommend strongly enough servicing your car every 8,000 miles or per every year, depending on what it is. If it's a bit of a prestige car, which we don't really sell, but if it is, service it earlier than 8k. The service requirements on cars nowadays are far too long, and we see it over and over and over again, where cars, I've serviced it to my service schedule. You have, correct, but look at that part. You're telling me, and it's from lack of servicing, but it is and it isn't, because they've told them to do it on that sort of mileage. They've done it on that sort of mileage, but the damage is already done. So 8,000 miles, oil and filter change, and do your major services and stuff like that. So if you're looking after your car, the car should look after you, theoretically. I mean, just like I say to everybody, there's about 30,000 components in one car. So you might have a little couple of teething problems with a few cars. The higher the spec of the car, a lot of people forget about this as well. So Range Rover's got a very bad name for it. That's unreliable, that's unreliable. Think how many parts on a Range Rover, think how many components on a Range Rover compared to a standard vehicle. There's a lot more, so there's a lot more to go wrong. And again, it goes back to the quality of products and stuff like that. Manufacturing stuff. We don't manufacture anything in the UK as far as I'm aware anymore. It's all shipped out to other companies and stuff like that in other countries. So it's one of them really, but I mean, whatever goes on in business this year and for the years to come, you've always got to keep your head held high, let's say. We've had bad months, we've had good months, and I mean, it's a weighing scale. The biggest thing for me, and my staff know about this now as well, is when I've paid my VAT, it's like a big kick in the you know what, because you get money in, the money goes out, then you pay your VAT, your staff need to be paid, the parts people need to be paid, the MOT station needs to be paid, the tyre company needs to be paid. I don't get paid, but that's how business works. I mean, if I worked out my hourly wage, it'd be less than what I was on as an apprentice, 1,000,000%, because I come here, as long as I can make a little bit of a living out of it, I'm happy. And I've always been one of these people where I can't really work for anybody else bar myself. I'd rather do everything myself, and I've always been like that. That's just how I am. But you've got to realistically look. You've got to weigh out the bad months. You've got to weigh out the good months. I mean, we had a really good start, and it flat bottomed, and then we've sold 9 cars in 3 days, I think it is. So we've picked it back up again. But that is the motor trade. It's always been the motor trade. But like I say, usually in December, fairly quiet. We had a quite a good December, to be quite honest. Say January, what we're in now, that's the same as well. So we're not doing bad at all, to be quite honest with you. But it's staying motivated no matter what. The thing is, what I see in people all the time is they'll have a bad month and they'll go, is it worth doing it anymore? Is it worth doing it anymore? And they'll give up before they've even started. I've seen people set up car pitch, not a dealership. I've seen them do that. They've lobbed a load of cars on the pitch, then they've gone, I ain't got any money to prep them. So what they've tried doing is selling that car with the MOT what's already on the car, not servicing the car, not getting a mechanic to look over the car. They're literally just putting a valet on the car and selling it, and then they've gone before you know it. So it's all to do, again, with reputation, word of mouth. We try and get the car the best we possibly can with still making a profit at the end. Like I say, some cars don't make a profit, but that's how it is. The way I work that in my mind is the fact of, if I don't fix that car, I can't sell it regardless, so I've still got to fix it. So I'm going to do that anyway. And anybody what knows me in business or as a friend knows I don't cut corners. We put parts on cars sometimes but don't even need it, but if it's personal to me, I go, that, yeah, we'll just fix that, because, or we'll change it because I can't see it's got a lot of life left in it, let's say. So we'll do it. And that's just me personally. But I mean, in regards to finance as well, we're seeing a lot of people at the minute financing cars elsewhere, and they haven't really got the best of deals. So we have people come in quite often and ask us what their personal opinion on it is, and we'll guide you the best we can. I'll not talk about it in this video because it all depends on the person's circumstances and what their income is and stuff like that. But if you ever do need car finance, or you've got car finance and you wanted to ask me what the best way is to get out of it, or to work with getting another car or whatever, you just pop in and see me. I'll always make time for you. And if I'm not here, we'll book you in and we'll get you an appointment. We'll sit down, have a coffee, and we'll talk about it. So that's the other thing I wanted to talk about really, was finance. And I mean, the amount of hours people do nowadays in business as well is astronomical. I mean, it is right on what people are saying. Like at the minute, it's 6:25 in the morning. That's why it's dark outside. But you'll get more work done by you coming in before you open the gates or the doors or whatever you want to call it. You'll get more work done in them hours than you will all day, and I can guarantee you that much, because you've got no one ringing the phone, you've got no one popping in. And the more you get used to waking up early and getting yourself a coffee and going to work, the more you'll adapt to feeling more awake in the morning, and your mind's already working. You're already hours in front of anybody else, let's say. So a lot of people are saying to me at the minute, is any business really worth it at the minute in the UK? I'm going to say yeah. I mean, we're not getting a lot of anything at the minute, barring a lot of headaches and stuff like that. Not with us personally here, just in general. Keir Starmer is an absolute wanker, as everyone says, and he is, to be quite honest with you, because he's not out for us, he's out for everybody else, unfortunately. And the people what actually are paying to the system and paying to his little pot, let's say, he's not bothered at all. He's 100 grand a year, and he doesn't really understand what life's about. So the only thing I will say to people is, if you are in business, just keep your head up, keep on going. It is hard, but what business is easy? If it's easy, it's not worth doing, is it really? Because you're not going to get anything out of it. But it's one of them, really. Like I say, when you sign up to be self-employed, you should know, really, it's not going to be easy. And whenever you speak to a businessman, let's say, they'll tell you exactly the same, and they're not lying. But the other thing I wanted to speak about as well, I'm swagging me coffee. I mean, I personally, I've got an alright car, but not a nice car, let's say. It's not new, it's far from new, it's, what is it now? 12, 13 years old. Whenever you see a businessman or a business lady driving a nice car, they've probably worked for it, they might have got it on finance for the business, but they're doing that for tax reasons. And it's, if you're clever and savvy with things like that, it works in your favour. We had someone pop in the other day, and someone made a comment about their car. You must be earning so much money. I'm not earning so much money at all, but it's nice for us to get in a car, let's say, which is nice. And if that's what you want, buy it, because I completely don't understand people making gestures about other people's purchases and things like that. Like I say, a lot of the time they're on finance anyway, but for a business, that's not a bad thing at all. But people like me, I'm car mad, but the thing is, like I say to everybody, and we have a lot of people coming in, to be fair, and say, I bet you've got a really nice car. I've got the advantage of having a trade policy, so I can jump in anything really. And that's the advantage for me, so I can jump in anything I want to drive, as long as it's on my trade policy. Happy days. So I might have a nice car in the next 10 years, I don't honestly know, but as we speak at the moment, I'm not really bothered, to be quite honest. I'm happy where I am, and I'm more about building my business to get it to the level where I'm happy with. So turnover, staff, growth, and everything like that at the same time. So yeah, it's I just wanted to make a video today really in regards to going over a couple of bits and bobs, and we'll put it on our vlog on YouTube as well. It might be put on Facebook too, but keep on watching our videos. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Have a good day. Say if you're in business, keep your head held up and carry on going, because that's what everyone else is going to be doing as well. All right. Ciao, Beffa.